I've done vocal lessons since I was like 5, before I could read. So I'd be listening to songs over and over again until I actually, knew the lyrics.
I feel that burn from the cigarette. I'm a label manager, which in a nutshell could be described as a project manager. So when an artist is ready to release a piece of music, our A&R teams bring the music to me and I project manage the rollout.
Okay, how's the landscape changed? I feel that bullying is being talked about more, but even so, I just feel that high school specifically, they should have, classes or trips focusing on, the life outside of school, because you kind of, for me anyway, I felt that there was this bubble, life, it's all in that high school bubble, and you don't actually know what the future's going to be like or what you can do outside of.
I really agree with that. I think when you're in high school, the world can seem so overwhelming because you are so stuck in a bubble. It's really hard to see anything past not being able to sit with your friends at lunch or someone saying something about you. And I think while schools really try, and I think things have probably gotten a lot better since I was in high school, there's a real stigma still about mental health and bullying. When I was at school, going to see the counsellor was seen as a bit lame, which is something that really needs to change. I think that stigma around talking about not being okay and expressing when you feel unsafe is something that really, really needs to be happening from that school point. It's really hard to see when you're a teenager that there's a whole world out there, and that even if you don't have the same interests as your friends, there are people out there that will have the same interests as you. There are people out there that you will connect with, but when you're in that little bubble, it can be really, really overwhelming.
I say I'm confident with myself, but it's, of course, every other day I'm thinking about what trends are happening and stuff like that. But I sort of just say to myself, it's just not me. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And if people don't like that, well, that's their issue.
It's really important to build out a project so that you understand everything within the universe of that project. The way that it not only sounds and looks, but tastes, smells, feels. Once you understand that universe, you can step into it and it becomes quite obvious what topics do and do not make sense for that artist to be speaking on, in both a personal level and a project level. The biggest piece of advice that I give to my artists is just to ensure that they are well educated on a topic before either starting or joining in a conversation on that topic. The internet opens up a huge space for scrutiny and criticism and some really negative feedback, and I think if you truly believe in something and you are well educated on the topic and you are prepared to have those difficult conversations, then by all means use the internet as a platform to engage in that discussion. However, if you do not have a full education on the topic, my advice is always to sit back and educate yourself before entering in that discussion.
I've just had to be really careful with my wording, and it's just a matter of really making sure you pick out every word, making sure that they are exactly what you mean, because reading a text, it can come off like you're angry, but you're not. Like, it's really hard. Everything in my life is really good. Apart from isolation, COVID right now, but everything's as I've sort of planned it, like ever since I was 5. In terms of in the career I want to be in, I'm living in my own apartment by myself. I have a lovely boyfriend. My family's amazing. All these bigger things in my life, bigger picture. And I love that my music makes people happy. And I wear clothes that fit me, not making me fit clothes.
I'm above the street.